tune in, that means you're feeling the vibe.
Feel that?
The bell rung, you already been subscribed. Right now, the queen, she on live.
Right now.
Please pull over the whip, no phoning when you drive. Dope Soul sporting with the talk. First lady from New York,
Brooklyn.
All my people, you rocking with the chat.
Hit that.
That like button would tell me where you at. You know, Step from the MBK. Born and raised up MBK. Hey, real lady, where she holding it down. No matter way how you feel, she gon' greet you with a smile.
Sister, you one of a kind.
Yes.
Oh, sister, it's time you
That's
shine. Dope Soul.
Where you at? Where you at?
Dope Soul.
Where you at? Where you at?
Dope Soul.
What?
Dope Soul.
What?
Your soul.
Where you at? Where you at?
Hi, welcome to Dope Soul Pop-Up Evening Knicks Sports Talk. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm happy to be here this evening with my Knicks family. Shout out to the Knicks Nation. It's going to be a very interesting show today. We're going to go over the Suns game. We're going to go over the Clippers game. We're going to talk about Mitch, right? And we're going to talk about this upcoming schedule. You know what I mean? We got the Lakers tomorrow. We got Brooklyn. And then, we got Milwaukee coming up. And I just want to let everybody know thanks for coming through on this good Sunday evening. And we're going to get it in. So let me introduce our extinguished guest. Y'all know her already, Queen Steph. The chief operator of Dope Soul Sports Talk, right? What's up, Queen?
Appreciate you, Stapha. Looking forward to it. When you're always driving and then you're about to take that long trip and somebody else say, I'll drive. And you're like, what? I get to sit in the passenger seat? That's how I'm feeling tonight. All the way to Rocky Mount, North Carolina. I'm just sitting here in the passenger seat.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I love the energy. I love the... And you know who is in here? Is hit that like button. Ajay, the villain. What's up, King?
Stapha, salute you, Queen, and of course the chat. I know it's a nice Sunday afternoon. We getting ready to set this thing on fire up in here. Yeah, and y'all know already, like Stapha said, man, hit that like button on the way in. Don't even wait for me to point out how lackadaisical we are compared to how many people are watching this. When you step in the door, you'll hit that thumbs up. Let's get this thing going.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So let me just go ahead and shout out the chat. Shout out to Walter Blackman, Dwayne Wilson, Knicks Are Nice, Darren Waynes. We got Tim Smith in the house. We got original member Kerry Cox is here. We got Showin. Who else is here? JJ, salute to JJ. The whole gang is here. We about to get it in right now. All right.
Don't forget Ala Wise, Sherwin.
Ala Wise is here also too. Shout out to Ala Wise. Shout out to Ala Wise. So okay, we're gonna go a quick recap of the Suns game. We won that game. We had a historic night from our point guard Jalen Brunson. He put down a 50-piece smackdown on the Suns. Just let me get your quick take on that particular game. What do you think about Jalen Brunson 50-piece and just what you saw in the game and what we can improve and so forth. Queen, you want to go first?
Well, it was good for me to see Brunson. I don't care if it was 50 or 39. It was just good for me to see him be aggressive, and to see him, when he scored, when we needed to get back in the game, him taking a few shots to get us back in the game. If we have a lead and they're trying to get back in the game, him hitting a few shots, to keep us in position. I think that's the Jalen Brunson I remember from last season. So it was good. It was good to see that from him. But also in that fourth quarter, it was good to see the team defense turn up a little bit. It was also good to see, Randall taking on the challenge with KD in that fourth quarter, RJ Barrett driving and hitting Grimes for 2 3-pointers in that fourth quarter. So there was contributions, all around. So it was a really good game. And I like the way Brunson responded after that game. I forgot who we played prior, Utah.
Jazz.
It was just terrible, terrible. And to see him regroup and understand that and come out the next day and play much better, that was good to see.
Staff, listen, Queen's a little bit more, I guess, had a little more class than I do. She more politically correct. I do care that it was a 50-piece smackdown. 50-piece smackdown on Kevin Durant team that we haven't beat since 2013. I'm sorry. I'm glad. I'm happy we did it like in grand fashion. It's like, pow! Here, 50-piece. I'm happy we did it. I'm happy Kevin Durant had a great game. On top of his great game, we overshadowed him. Jalen Brunson, just like people didn't even mention Kevin Durant after the game, even though he had a great game. I like that. I hold on to stuff like that. The Knicks ain't cool, but guess what? The Knicks beat your ass. I'm sorry. I was like super hyped, super excited about it. So yeah, I hope, and I listen, the game, we beat him. We beat Kevin Durant team, and hopefully this is the first of many to come. He's getting a little bit older, so yeah, we're probably gonna be beating his team. For the next. Of course, we don't play until next year, but I just hope this continues. I hope we make up for lost time.
Right. All right, so let me throw a rock in the shoe, as Freezy would say, right? Do you still think we would win if Bradley Beal was on the court, didn't sprain his ankle?
Well, I don't think it matters. He was not on the court. I mean, it's because I would ask, do you think we would? Do you think if let's say Bradley Beal's on the court, but we had Mitchell Robinson, would we win? I mean, we also didn't have, we didn't have a full squad. You know what I'm saying? So listen. They lost Bradley Beal. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I mean, he fell. He rolled his ankle on his own guy's foot. I don't know. They somehow was it DiVincenzo got a flagrant for it, but he caused the foul, but he didn't cause the injury, because he landed on his guy's foot. You know what I'm saying? I'm that's part of the game. You get hurt, you get out. Next man up.
I think it would have been more difficult for us. I'm not going to say we would have lost. I think it would have been more difficult. Beal wouldn't have been able to defend Brunson, though. So I'm not sure how much it would have made a difference as far as Brunson's game. But yeah, I think it would have been more of a more of a challenge. It was just his second game back too.
Well, Queen, they scored a lot of points, and that's what Bradley Beal helps them with. It's not like Stapha, they didn't have a terrible game. They had that team had a good game. We just had a better game. Right. So would Bradley Beal have helped? I don't know. Maybe he'd have scored like maybe 10 more points, and that would have made a difference because we beat him by 17, like convincingly.
Right. We didn't eke out the win. Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, my take on that game, I love Jalen Brunson putting down that 50-piece. I think a lot of people said it was a statement game. I kind of a little bit disagree with that. I thought it was a solid game, but it was a statement game for Jalen Brunson, putting the league on notice, letting them know, well, look, y'all snubbed me out the All-Star game last year, and I'm here now. Big national TV game. Nobody wasn't playing that night. And a lot of people doubt us. Kendrick Perkins doubt us. He even was on the cast saying, oh, easy win for the Suns. Now, that didn't happen. And next thing I love is that, to me, in my opinion, they stuck it to Kenny Smith. Because y'all had 2 superstars, 3 superstars. We didn't have none. You said we don't have a star. You say we don't have a superstar, right? And Jalen Brunson came and dropped 50 on you. So how about them apples? How Kenny Smith? So shout out to Jalen Brunson. Congratulations on your 50 piece. It was a good game, but we need to strengthen up our defense a little more. I think we got out rebounded, I believe, by the Suns. Which was no, actually, we did win the rebounding by 38-28. So we won that rebounding battle right there, right? But we still need to sharpen up on the interior defense and the perimeter defense for sure.
And the transition defense.
and the transition defense. All right. Let's see what the chat is saying in here. Knicks are nice. The game was actually over. JB and Grimes went off. 1B. That definitely wasn't his own guy's foot. Otherwise, we was winning when Beal went down anyway. Eric Gordon being out helped also. He hurt us bad at the Garden a couple weeks ago. That's for sure, Garden. JJ, he hit some crucial threes when he came over there. Yeah. All right. So moving on to the next game, which was
Stapha, I'm sorry. I think Eric Gordon probably was more of a factor in us winning than Bradley Beal because of his defensive prowess and of course his 3-point shot. I think he would have made more of a difference in that game if he was there like the whole game. Because you put that guy on Jalen Brunson, man, he's a problem when he's guarding Jalen Brunson. When they switch, sometimes he ends up on them. The last game a couple of times, man, Jalen Brunson paired up with him. It's like he swallowed him up. There's like nothing to do. When Eric Gordon, when they put some of the bigger guys on him. So I think he was more of a factor than Bradley Beal. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because I think he's shooting over 40% from three, if I'm not mistaken. He's definitely a sniper, and he probably was missed in that game. But
he's a hell of a defender. He's a hell of a defender too. He's good with the switch. When they switch on defense, like he guards a lot of position, Eric Gordon. So
yeah, and I remember when he was a free agent, some of the Knicks fans didn't want him. But I got, it is what it is. He wasn't there. He was injured. We came out, we crushed, we conquered, and that was the end of that.
That's it.
Goodbye, Suns. Good night. So on to the next game, which was last night. Very disappointing loss to the Clippers. I think we could have came out with a better effort, but due to the fact it was a back-to-back, it was a very emotional game from the following night. But in my opinion, that doesn't still give them the excuse to just lay down within the third quarter and just let the game go. So let me get your thoughts on the game. We're going to start off with you, Ajay.
Listen, we can't win every game, though we could have. It's a tough team. It's tough to win, back-to-back games, especially when you play two great, very, very good teams. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to use back-to-back as excuse because I tell you, these guys, they're athletes, they're professional athletes. They play even when on day off, on their days off, they play. They practice intensely sometimes. So they are capable of playing great back-to-back games. But it's still tough to win because on the other side, these guys are also professionals. And they also, they're sitting in the wind waiting for you. It's tough to beat them, right? I watched the game. Obviously the first half we played much better than we did in the second half. But then it comes down to defense, right? The past, I want to say 5 or 7 games so, our defense has been terrible. I mean, terrible. And we played the game yesterday. We scored. We scored plenty of points to win a game, but the other team just scored more.
77 at the half.
77 at the half. That is insane. I mean, that's all-star game score right here, man. What are we doing? I mean, but it's, you can't win every game. It was very disappointing because I thought, it's like you feel like you got a little momentum. You know what I'm saying? You beat Phoenix with such a great game. You wanted to roll right into the next game. It's the very next day, you figure we'd have the momentum. But listen, you playing Kawhi Leonard, man, what a guy. Kawhi, first of all, you're watching the game, you're like, yeah, oh yeah, Kawhi, by the way, he's playing too. But then when you look up, he's got like 25 points. I'm like, when did he score those 25 points? He's got like 5 rebounds. I'm like, what? Oh my God. Almost effortlessly, but listen, it happens. Like I said, you're playing against the best guys in the world. Yeah, I mean, all it takes is a couple of mistakes. I mean, in one stretch, we had like 3 turnovers, and those 3 turnovers turned into 9 points.
9 points.
Like literally in a matter of seconds.
2 back-to-back threes by Trey Mann, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, a few seconds. I mean, we were right there, and then that's all it took. That's all it took for us for the game to be out of reach. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was not a good game. Obviously, we didn't come out with a W, but it's not like we didn't play terrible. So I don't feel bad. It's the NBA. You're gonna lose some games. You're gonna lose some games.
Yeah, for sure. Before I go, I want to shout out Pamela Willis watching us on Facebook. What up, fam? We need to learn that if our 3 points are not falling, we need to take the mid-range or take it to the rim, as opposed to just out there chucking them. Shout out to you, sis. Happy holidays to you and yours. Listen, Cleveland is a tough team. I would have liked the Knicks to show better, even if we lost.
Clippers, not Cleveland.
I said Cleveland, the Clippers.
Queen, you in Cleveland since last season. You've been, you've been in the chat room. You've been following their shows. I don't know, man. I gotta keep it up.
Listen, somebody in the chat, they made a mistake and said they have 4 Ball of Famers. They meant to say Hall of Famers. Ball of Famers, Hall of Famers. It's the same.
Right?
Same thing.
These guys, it's like they was just taking turns. Kawhi would drop 10 in a row. Then Paul George would drop 6 in a row. I think we would have had to play a perfect game to beat them. And our defense needed to be much better, much more physical, much more into them to throw them off of their stride. And we just wasn't able to get there. Kawhi got what he wanted. Paul George got, what he wanted. Then Harden was pretty much just a distributor for the most part. And then Westbrook comes off the bench. I just think talent-wise, obviously they have more than we do. And
you forgot one more.
Who?
Norman Powell.
Well, Norman Powell is usually not what he was last night, but he came in and played well for them. Also, we just don't have the players that can compete with them. We would have needed to be special last night. That being said, we could have been better than we were. We could have been a little better than we were. Yeah.
So all right. So this is the burning question, right? How bad do we miss Mitch in the middle and on our defense? And right now we're 2-2 with Mitch is not here. With the Clippers, they out rebounded us 42-39. Zubac's had 11. The Suns game, we out rebounded them 38-28. Nurkic had 12 rebounds. The Jazz game, they out rebounded us 53-46. Kelly and Kessler, each one had 10 and the other one had 9. And then we played the Raptors, who we won. We out rebounded them 42-38. So as you could clearly see, In some games we are winning the rebounding battle, and in some games we are not. And we see teams going into the middle, not respecting Hartenstein, not respecting Sims. You know, they're making easy layups. Tell me, Queen, how bad is it right now with not having Mitch in the lineup?
Yeah, I think you can definitely see the difference. You know, Mitch was an intimidator, so guys wouldn't try him. You know, I'm not gonna put the rebounding thing because if guys are getting second and third shots, that's more about defensive rebounding. And I don't think Mitch is a great defensive rebounder, though he's better this year than he has been. But in terms of intimidating guys and keeping them out the paint, there is definitely a difference in that. Guards deciding that I'm just not gonna drive in, you know. That's not been the case. It's like a 5-lane highway going through the lane. So I think that Mitch has definitely missed, um, in that respect. But I do want to say our defense was declining even when Mitch was there. Because remember, Milwaukee hung 146 points on us. Boston hung 133 points on us. I'm not saying we do miss Mitch in terms of our interior defense. I'm not sure Mitch would have made much of a. I'm not talking about the interior defense, just our overall defense.
Overall, right.
We need more than Mitch. We're going to need more than Mitch to get it together. But in terms of our interior defense alone, absolutely, we miss Mitchell Robinson. It's just night and day.
So not only the rebounds you're saying, you're talking about the overall aspect of the defense, right? That we are lacking.
Overall, our transition defense, the perimeter defense is worse. And now we're adding the interior defense as a problem. And listen, I don't think we need to be a defensive juggernaut, but we have to be better than we are. You can't give up 77 points. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to be like number 5 in defense, but you can't be 28. And I think over the past 3-4 games, the Knicks might be, I think JJ mentioned this, we're in Indiana Pacers territory defensively over the past 3 games or so. No? We're higher than that?
No. I'm just shaking my head because it's sad.
Right. right.
Gotta drink one for that.
I mean, this is just some water, flavored water, but I got some honey jack back there. I might have to take a
That's the good stuff.
So, Adrian, what you think about our defense, man? Mitch not there. The guards is just coming in. Plus, let me just throw this in. One of our best perimeter guys is benched now. So, with that on top of it, let me know about the defense and is Mitch
Grimes getting though? I mean, he might be coming off the bench, but isn't he getting like the same amount of minutes though?
I will have to check. I'm gonna check that right now.
He's not.
Ajay, go ahead.
In the meantime, so yesterday's game, we got out rebounded by 3. If you base your judgment on that, you're gonna say, well, we don't, we're doing okay without Mitch on the rebounding front because, I mean, think about it. We lost the rebound by 3. Guess who was ejected from the game? One of our best rebounding guards, right?
Josh Hart.
Josh Hart could have easily made up those 3 rebounds that we lost. So on that front, we don't, we're okay. We're doing okay, with that. But that doesn't mean we don't miss Mitch. As Queen mentioned, he's the intimidating factor. Like that, there's no stats on that, but that is very important because a lot of these little guys, if Mitch is there, they don't come in.
Right.
And they don't give iHeart that same respect. We know that, we've seen it. I mean, they come in and try to posterize him all the time. They don't do that for Mitch because they know they're gonna end up on the bad end of that stick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like more often than not. So yes, we do miss him defensively for his intimidating factor, but we're okay with the rebounds. I mean, we haven't been, it's not a complete beatdown, and I don't think, when we do lose the rebound in a fight, I don't think Mitch would have made that much of a difference, depending on the team. We
On the defense, on the
on a
defensive.
defensive ends, yes.
I haven't checked whether and we probably have, in terms of second chance points. How many games have Knicks?
You missing Mitch? 4.
4. Okay, I could easily check that in terms of second chance points.
Well, as far as Grimes, he's right as his average. Last night he played 23.3 minutes. His average is 22.3 minutes. So he's averaging what he's supposed to. Last year he was averaging 30 minutes. Right? So it's a little bit of drop off there. He's been getting cooked a little bit, right? But I still do feel that we're still missing some of his defensive presence on the perimeter, right? No slight to Devo, right? But our defense has weakened, right, since both of them has come out the lineup. Now, the thing is, can Hartenstein and Sims hold up for the next 2 months? Can we survive 2 months with these two guys, especially having Sims starting at center? Anybody can go.
Let's not forget Taj Gibson.
Well, I'm gonna get to that, but
no, but he's on the roster because Mitch is out, so he's going to be getting some minutes. I know people don't want to realize that, but Taj is going to get some minutes. Right now he's getting garbage time minutes because he's working his way into conditioning. But by next week, man, he's going to be getting some serious minutes.
But I have a serious question about that. But Queen, go ahead.
Oh, I think we can, and I just want to preface this by saying, I think you can win with any player, depending on how your roster is constructed, right? In this particular case, we're kind of locked into this roster, right? It's not like this is the off season. Hartenstein is starting, and how are you going to construct a defensive team knowing we kind of like, this was like out of the blue, boop. He's your starting center. You're locked into the roster that you have. I think that it's hard for me to think that Mitchell Robinson is the reason we went from 5th to 29th by himself. I just think that there's been a lot of slippage in other areas defensively. And we just got to figure out where the slippage has been and try to shore up those areas. So yes, I think we can survive. I think we're going to have to find a different way of winning. I think, maybe, our second chance points go down, but something else gets better. We've survived Mitch being out before. I think we can do it, but we're going to need everybody to do it. I don't think it's going to just Sims and Hartenstein. I think Randall is going to have to get in there and get some more rebounds, and he's already doing his part on the defensive end. I think RJ can get in there and get some more rebounds as well. I think he's averaging 3 rebounds. There's been times when he's averaged 5 or so. So I think he needs to get in there and get, some rebounds. But to Ajay's point, I don't think rebounding is the issue. It's that perimeter defense, that transition defense, and that's not Mitch. That's everybody.
I mean, what do you say to the people that will say, well, Sims hasn't played in how many?
We got an announcement. I gotta figure out I got these pads with the different sounds on it, but we got an announcement. This is a first. This is a first.
Okay.
Randall has definitely missing the proper effort. Quiet Money and Sherwin will never, ever, ever, ever say anything. I'm not gonna even say negative, anything balanced about Julius Randle. So Quiet Money, salute my brother for being fair. I know this is your favorite player. I know you probably didn't even want to type that. Your fingers was probably burning when you typed it out. But I appreciate that honesty. That there are times when Randall just doesn't give the proper effort. However,
and that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a
that
fact.
Phoenix game, I thought Utah, he was good, but sometimes it's ole.
Stapha, shout out to Queen. And Queen, you got all these pads with the sound effects, but you do great sound effect with your mouth. You like out of the blue, boop, like all these. I mean, shout out to those.
Yeah, but shout out to people. Shout out to Quiet Money, the Cooler 718, Fly God the Third. Shout out to y'all guys, man. But back to Sims. What would you say to people that would say he hasn't played in a long time, but last year when Mitch was out, he did a good job. I believe we were 11-10 without him, I believe. So when you hear people say Sims is not good, what do you say to that, AJ?
Listen, it's not that he doesn't have enough time. I think he's just not ready. You know, he's still getting there. And I don't know how old is Jericho Sims? He's got to be like 25, 24.
Nah, I think he's like 36.
Oh,
He's
just kidding.
But you know what I say to that, Staffa, for what we have in the starting lineup, I think Jericho Sims can play. He can play fine with them. They don't need him to do much. They need him to grab those rebounds, body up the big guy, box out underneath, get the other team player to burn some energies trying to fight off screen. He sets great screens, by the way, Jericho Sims. So if he could set some real hard screens, free up the guards, and if he could do those little things, I think we'll be fine. And I don't think we can. And listen, and he obviously he's a better free throw shooter than Mitch, and he scored too, like in ways that Mitch hasn't scored. In a couple of games, he's got like a little mid range, like a little bank shot he does, not often. So they're not going to go plays for him, right? He's going to be this guy cleaning the glass, cleaning up the garbage, and making a play out of it. If he could do that with, you got to remember, you got RJ, Bronson, and Randall, three guys that need the ball in their hand, right? And then you have another guy that can score also in DiVincenzo, or be it Quentin Grimes or whoever else they have at that position. We don't need Jericho Sims to do much except grab rebounds, body up the guys underneath, set screens. If he could do those little things, like he doesn't need to be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar out there. I should be fine.
I agree with everything you said. I like Jericho Sims. I think he is still raw. I like his lateral movement. One of the things that everybody's clamoring about, and he could jump. He could do all of that. But did you see Zubac killing him on the pick and roll? He was getting abuse. It even had one time that Zubac dunked on him. I think he was probably one of the first plays of the game. So I don't have no problem with Sims coming in there and playing spot minutes as a center. I like him. He's very agile. But he needs to improve on that pick and roll defense. And that's where I see some of the teams when they're preparing for us, because Mitch is not there, they take advantage of his experience. And that's one of the things that Sims is lacking. experience. And even though last year it wasn't 2 months without Mitch, I'm still kind of worried that we mightn't be able to hold up, because we know iHeart is a foul magnet. He gets a lot of fouls.
He does.
And jumping in to your topic, Ajay, with Taj Gibson, do you think that Taj Gibson was the rightful signing to replace Mitch temporarily? Queen, I'll give that to you.
It depends on what we're trying to get from him. If you see him as somebody that's just going to come in, provide veteran leadership, he knows the system, the players are comfortable with him, the coaching staff is comfortable with him, you can put him in spot duty, but you're not really expecting consistent minutes from him, then, it's an okay signing. But if you were thinking that, I don't think Sims is ready, this is somebody who's had 4 years of college, 2 to 3 years of NBA experience, and he's pretty much the same player. And eventually, I want this player that we're going to sign to play 15 minutes a game every night. If that was your thinking, I don't think Taj Gibson was the right choice. I think you can find somebody out there that can give you 15 minutes a night that's not 37 years old and undersized.
Queen, newsflash. Our head coach is Tom Thibodeau. Don't be surprised if he plays Taj Gibson 15 minutes, 18 minutes. Like if we play in a team where we need a little size, he is going to throw Taj Gibson in there as if Taj Gibson was like 26 years old. Okay. Unfortunately, that's what we have. That's what we're up against. So that we should expect that.
The question was the signing, though. That was the question. The signing.
The signing was Tom Thibodeau. Like, don't think for 1 second that Leon Rose came out, like, woke up one day and said, "Let me sign Taj Gibson." No, he got a call from Tom Thibodeau, who told him, "Sign that guy because I'm gonna play him." You could have brought Boogie Cousin in there. Tom Thibodeau wouldn't even sniff the floor. But as we know, they got to bring a guy that Tom Thibodeau is willing to play. Okay, they probably had a meeting, and they lay all the chips on the table. Like, here are the guys available. Tom, who do you want? Taj Gibson. Okay.
Again, the question was it the right signing? I don't think it was. It's not a signing that I would have done if you're expecting that person to actually play consistent minutes. I just think he's too old for that. Go ahead.
I don't think.
No, I was just saying I have to side with you, Queen. I think we could have went ahead and got somebody just a little more younger, more athletic. I mean, I understand he might be sitting at the end of the bench. He mightn't get minutes, but I think we could have gotten and went out there and got somebody a little better. I think they probably was looking at probably money, probably familiarity.
Well,
True Taj was with us before, but I still think that we could have got something. We could have gotten somebody a little better.
Like, let me ask this: who's out there that we could have gotten? Give me some names.
I can't tell you off top of my head, but I'm sure if I was to really do a scour and dive in, I'm sure I will find somebody that's better than Taj. And I'm sure the chat could find someone for me.
Come on, chat, help us out here. And hit that like button too, by the way. But yeah, help us out. Who else is out there that we could have gotten set aside? Listen, I don't have a problem with Taj Gibson. When we in the beginning of the season, when we were complaining that we didn't have a backup power forward, I wouldn't have mind that they put Taj Gibson in there, to fill in for like 2-3 minutes a night, even before Mitch had gotten hurt. So I don't have a problem with it. The problem I would have is when Tom Thibodeau decides to play him 20 minutes a game. So Dwight Howard, I don't know. Is Dwight
Yeah,
Howard? Is he younger than Taj Gibson? Or they around the same
no,
age?
Dwight Howard. He's young, but right now I don't know if he's still going through that legal issues right now. And right now he will be a definitely distraction to our team right now. So no disrespect to Dwight Howard.
But I think
I don't know. I
I think
wouldn't.
we
That's my opinion. I
overestimate.
wouldn't want him on my team.
I think we overestimate the distraction. How if one guy can come in and distract your team, and you've been there for I don't know how many times, then I got to
Some-
question the players
No,
around.
no,
I
Queen, you
thank
had
you,
to
thank you.
understand. No, we
I
talking about New York City King Media.
So
King
you're
Media. It is the media that's going to bring all that drama and chaos and
okay.
all that
Staph,
attention.
listen to me. I agree. The first time he's there, they may ask him. You know, first of all, with the Knicks, he wouldn't even be part of press conferences. He wouldn't even be on the podium at the end of the game. They wouldn't even make him available. But even if they did, the first few times the media would ask him that question. You think for the rest of the season they're going to continue to ask him questions about it? I
True.
don't think so. I think initially, yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Julian Blum, who said he would have rather we play Jacob Toppins. What do you guys think?
I don't know if that we still.
I mean, we
like
complain about young players, right? I understand he has good length, right? Good width, right? But he's too raw. He's too raw. I don't think he and then you always saying this too is the coach that we have. He don't rock with young players like that. He's not gonna give him. He's not gonna give them that much leash. I don't think he's gonna give them that much leash. I mean, probably Young don't have nothing to do with it, but I don't think Tom is gonna give Jacob Toppin enough leash to go out there and do mistakes and leave him out there.
But
Sure.
and he shouldn't, because this is not a training ground where he could just come in there and make mistakes and just no. We're trying to win basketball games here.
Well, I mean, a lot of people said we should have signed Naj Reid. A lot of people saying Boogie Cousins. You just mentioned Dwight Howard. I saw the Grizzlies also let go Kenny Lofton Jr. I think he's kind of a little over
6'5" though, like 6'5", 6'6", girthy though, but 6'5".
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's kind of big.
Yeah.
You know, so to that game last night, Josh Hart got ejected. Going through the Twitter world, they said that he was wrongfully ejected. The ref fought against us last night. Do any of y'all agree with that? With the Josh Hart ejection?
Yeah, I was surprised he got ejected. I'm not sure. Maybe he said something, said the magic word or something like that. I'm not sure. I thought it was a little quick though.
Ajay?
Yeah, I don't know what them refs do. I don't know what the refs do. Like sometimes it depends, man. The guy woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and sometimes they take a lot worse from players and they keep going. And sometimes, they snap. They're human. They get emotional just like everybody else. I mean,
what about
to me? Like I don't know. As a professional ref, unless Josh Hart really went in on him, but for him to get two texts back to back and get ejected, I don't know. That's kind of strange.
Do you think with the whole ref, right? Do you think the technical that Randall got, do you think that was fair? Do you think it should have been technical each, or do you think that Trey Man was just crying like a little bee, like what Randall said, and he got emotional, and Randall reacted, pushed him away, and he got a tech. Now, was that fair? Because I see a lot of people saying that how the refs was against us also by us losing the game on top of it.
I don't think it was a terribly called game. I thought they were pretty fair. I mean, aside from the technical, like I thought the calls were. I didn't see anything egregious on their part. Besides from those those quick techs.
Yeah.
I've seen worse. Listen, I've seen refs really want us to lose the game. I've seen games where we play 5 against 8. But yesterday, that just wasn't one of them.
Yeah, I thought I could see them giving a tech to Randall for pushing. They could have been like, all right. Yeah, that's true. I think Trey Man could have gotten a tech for taunting, and Randall could have gotten a tech for for pushing. I was surprised that Randall was the only one to get the tech.
All right, so shout out to everybody in the chat. Respect everybody coming out to the Dope Soul Sports Talk pop-up show. You already know. Now, this segment, it's going to be, I'm going to turn up the fire just a little bit. We're going to get a little more spicy, We're going to throw some more cayenne pepper on on the chicken. Whatever you eating on this Sunday afternoon.
Wait.
Some
Stapha,
pepper. We going to spice it up a little more.
Stapha, cayenne pepper or scorpion pepper? Like, we going to make it, a little cayenne pepper that's a little warmth right there, man. You want hot?
Okay. We're going to definitely scorch it up because the Knicks tomorrow is going against the Los Angeles Lakers. And it has one particular guy on that team that everybody was clamoring and saying that Tom Thibodeau does not like. Now, the question is, if Mr. Cam Reddish goes off tomorrow, what will Knicks Nation have to say? And will it be Fire Tibbs campaign? So we're going to start off with AJ on this one.
Boy, Staffa, that's a tough one. I don't. First of all, I don't think Cam Reddish is gonna go off. Let's hope he doesn't. And if he does, I don't think it's gonna make a difference because see, the Fire Tibbs chorus comes to life when we're losing game, right? When we're like 3-4 games under 500, and then there's no end in sight. Like there's a tough schedule ahead, and then you're already down 4 games. But right now I think we're okay. Most of the fan base is all right with where we are. I hope. We're not doing terrible. We've had pretty much the same team from last year. I don't think it's going to make a difference whether Cam Reddish goes off or not. Most people don't even remember he was on this team. At this point, because he didn't play a lot. It's not like Obi. Obi was more passionate. Like, when we play against Obi, that's going to be like playing against our own. But Cam Reddish, he was just, he just passed through. He didn't play a lot of minutes. He wasn't really a part of this team. So if he goes off, good for him. But I don't think that's going to happen. He's going to have a regular game. He hasn't gone off this year. He's playing pretty good basketball, though. But he's getting some minutes. He's playing good ball. And he's actually, believe it or not, he's playing good defense out there in LA. He's one of their better defenders, believe it or not. But no, I don't think that's going to make a difference if he goes off. And I don't think he's going to go off anyway. So, and I don't think Tom Thibodeau is going to do any special planning. Let's make sure Cam Reddish doesn't go off kind of thing. It's just, he's just not one of their main guys. So we're going to game plan for LeBron, for AD, What's
D'Angelo Russell, maybe.
D'Angelo Russell? No,
Reeves, maybe.
Reeves. That's what I was thinking about for Reeves, for those guys. Is Rui Hachimura, is he back in full swing?
Yeah, he's back.
He's fully back. Yeah, yeah. He's a guy that's given us problem at times when we play him. Even when he was Washington, he gave us some problems. So I don't think Cam Reddish is on top of the list. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens tomorrow.
Some people are calling it the Cam revenge.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I think Ajay is now taking a page from my book, and he's being politically correct about Cam Reddish. But if we're just focusing on the fans, absolutely. If he goes off, Twitter is gonna be a fire. We should have kept him. Why did we let him go? It's all Tibbs' fault. He played favoritism. You see what he's doing over there now. He could be doing that for us. Yeah, I think all of that is going to be going on Twitter. I will say, though, that Cam is accepting his role over there. And one of the issues here was he wanted a bigger role. Right? I don't know if he was content on this team just being a defensive stopper, because that's basically what he is on the Lakers. A defensive stopper, hit the open three when they swing it to you. And his death knell, if this is correct, if the reports are correct, was him complaining about his role. Right? I would love Cam Reddish on this team if he was playing, he was satisfied here with the same role he's satisfied with in LA. Play good defense on the best perimeter players. When the ball comes your way, shoot the three. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. I would love it.
Queen, time as Stafford just did, and as Freezy would do, time to throw a pebble in the shoe. So was it fair to expect the same Cam to play the same role over here as he's playing in LA? And the reason I asked that is because LA, you have LeBron James, you have Anthony Davis, you have those guys. It's easy for him to say, you know what, let me fall back and play behind those guys, as opposed to over here you have RJ Barrett, who it's like, if I'm Cam Reddish, I'm like, I could play better than that guy. Why am I playing the a lesser role in this team? You know what I'm saying? So,
but you mentioned the top two on their team. He wasn't better than the top two on our team.
Right.
yeah,
You know what I mean? He's taking a backseat to D'Angelo Russell and Reeves, who's just his second year in the league. Why? I guess he felt like he didn't want to take us. He was equal with RJ Barrett, or better than RJ Barrett, or better than Grimes. I hear what you're saying, but he still wasn't better than our top two players. So what bigger role did he want? He wanted RJ's role, maybe?
No. When you say top two players, remember Cam Reddish was here before Jalen Brunson. So when he got here, the top two players were Julius Randle and RJ Barrett.
That's fair. That's fair. I forgot about that. I forgot that.
I mean, there's a little bit more to it than this. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, let's just hopefully tomorrow that he doesn't go off. Right. So right now, as we see, right now he's a game time decision. Him, Anthony Davis, Cam Reddish, D'Angelo Russell, Gabe Vincent probably might make a show up tomorrow. He's been injured. He just played 4 games for the year so far, so he might be back tomorrow. So
everybody who's questionable shows up for the Knicks. Paul George was questionable. He shows up. KP missed 4 games with a strained calf. Come to the Knicks, he show up. Whenever the Knicks roll in, everybody gets well, and they'll be ready to go.
They be ready to go. Now, with that being said, Queen, what is the keys for tomorrow's win in LA tomorrow?
I'm not gonna even put numbers on it. We definitely have to control the boards, and by the board, they can't get second and third opportunities at the basket. right? If that means our guards have to go in and help with the rebounding, then that's what it means. It also means that our rotations have to be on point. You know, you're not playing. I don't know how Tibbs is gonna play it. Is he gonna play because it's pick your poison? Are you gonna play LeBron one-on-one, AD one-on-one, or you're gonna trap him? Both of those guys are really good passers, and both of those guys are willing passers. So when you double team them, they're gonna find the open guy. And if your rotations are not on, that's an open three. So I'm interested to see whether we're gonna play them straight up or rotate. As much as we say that, some of us say that this is an offensive league and we want our offense to be on point, you gotta place some sort of defense to stay close. Our offense ain't on that level. I don't think our offense is on like a Denver Nuggets level where we don't have to worry about the defense. No, we don't have. We got Brunson, we got Randall. After that, who can just go in and decide they're gonna put up 40? You understand? So we're gonna have to play some defense. So I think that's the key. Rebounding is a key. Um, the transition defense is a key.
Just the
Yeah,
expression on your face, Queen, look like we're gonna have a long night tomorrow.
because listen, LeBron can get it off the rim and push it up the court and score in transition by himself. You know what I mean? By himself. So transition defense is going to be an issue. If there is a turnover, and lately we've been a little turnover prone, I would have to check the stats if we're averaging more turnovers these past few games. Points off turnovers. We turn it over. We're not good in transition. They get the steal. They go on the other way, score. We saw that last night. 2 turnovers, 6 points in like 30 seconds.
Sad.
And we got to knock down our shots. If we're not hitting the three, it's going to be a long night. Yeah. So I don't think I said anything mind-boggling. Just regular basic stuff.
Yeah, we definitely need to cut down on the turnovers for real, for real. Julius Randle need to definitely take care of the ball. Shout out to X Productions, Parish Duggan in the building, Julian Blum. Shout out to Uncle Fulio, Josh. Big up yourself, my brother. Ajay, do we have a long night tomorrow night? You know what I mean? What's the keys for us winning this game tomorrow?
I think we do have a long night tomorrow night. But I think the key is we have to put, like Queen said, control the boards, not give the ball away and make an effort on defense. I mean, can we play a game when the other team doesn't score 120 points? You know what I'm saying? Because our offense comes and goes. Like some nights we have good nights, some nights, and some nights we don't. Right. And so the one thing you could count on, because sometimes your shots just don't fall at the clip that you would like them to. But if you put an effort on defense, that effort could always be there. Doesn't mean you're going to stop the other team, but you can slow them down, right? If you could slow them down, get in front of them, grab the rebounds, do all these little things consistently for 48 minutes, I think we have a pretty good shot at this. Okay. Listen, the Lakers is a matchup problem. They have a lot of big guys, position by position. Okay. Like, think about it. You have at the 5, you're going to have Anthony Davis. At the 4, you have LeBron James. And that's, so you're going to have LeBron James paired up with Julius Randle. Anthony Davis probably, if he's not hurt, he's going to have a good game against our center. Probably.
Sims.
Against Sims or
Hartenstein.
Hart, whoever they throw at him.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the other, like they have a couple of big wings over there that, we're probably going to have problems.
Torian Prince.
Yeah.
Cam Reddish. Rui Hachimura.
Yeah. So listen, if we do the little things, we have a chance. I don't know how this is going to turn out, whether it's going to be a dub or we're going to take a L. But if we do the little things, we'll have a shot. We'll have a chance. You know. That is certain teams we play. It's like I don't care how much you do the little things, you're gonna lose anyway. But with the Lakers, the talent they have over there, you have three talented guys, and then there's a drop. Okay, so if we could stay in that middle, do the little things, especially when the bench units come in, we could probably run up the points. I mean, that's gonna be our strength tomorrow. The bench, if our bench play better than their bench, we have a pretty good shot at winning the game.
And you took the words right out my mouth. That was one of my keys also to the bench. I think we have a way better bench than them. I think that's where the game is going to call tomorrow, the bench and the rebounds, because they have a lot more taller guys than us. But I still think we are very capable of rebounding the ball and rebounding people. We just have to put in the effort. As Queen was saying, everybody have to come in as a collected effort and crash the boards, right? Because we know AD, we could only contain it. We could only try to contain him. We can't stop him. So I'm hoping that we could just contain him and not him going off for 40, as some people claim in the chat. I don't want that, right? We have to put a body on AD tomorrow, right? Hopefully Sims could hold up. iHeart could hold up. Another thing.
I just want to say something about the bench real quick.
Go ahead, Queen.
I think we automatically assume we have the better bench. When you look at who comes off our bench, it's Hartenstein, Hart, Quick, and Grimes. And it's a toss-up on what you're going to get from those guys on any given night. You understand? It's not like Grimes is consistent off the bench, or DiVincenzo when DiVincenzo was coming off the bench. Josh Hart, sometimes he has good games, sometimes he doesn't have good games. Sometimes our Hart is good, sometimes he's not. I don't think our bench is that consistent. I think the name, yes, you look at those names, you're like, oh, this is a really, really, good bench. But after watching them for the entire season, our bench is up and down.
I still give us a slight edge. I'm not saying that we have the better bench, but I think we do have a slight edge over them. I know they have Reeves. I know they have Torian Prince coming off the bench. I know they got Hachimura coming off the bench, which is size and length.
All of those guys you can argue is better than the guys we have coming off our bench. Because they're veteran players. They've been in this league before. Some of them started before, and now they're in a reserve role. While we still have guys still trying to figure it out. One of the hardest things to do in this league is to be consistent night in and night out. And I'm not saying you're not going to have bad games, but to be consistent game in and game out.
Right.
I don't think I'm going to automatically assume that our bench is better. I hope they play better tomorrow.
Well, I think it's a key factor in winning tomorrow.
Yes, but I'm not going in saying we automatically have the best.
Right. I get you. I get it. But they have to play well. When the starting five come out, they have to come in and play well. Definitely rebound the ball, make the right ball, play fast, get the ball moving. Right. So with LA, then we have Brooklyn, then we have the 2 matinee games with Milwaukee. Let me get your predictions for this week. You got tomorrow LA, Brooklyn is a road game, and then we got the 2 home games in Milwaukee. Let me get your predictions for this week.
That's this week? Milwaukee's next week, no?
This week.
No,
this week, right?
Milwaukee's Saturday and Monday.
Yeah, this week, yeah.
Saturday Milwaukee, Monday Milwaukee, both at the Garden.
Yeah.
All right. But the second Milwaukee is next week.
Put them with Christmas. Well, all right, let's say 3. Let's say 3. All
right.
Let's say 3.
I think the Knicks lose in LA. I think the Knicks beat Brooklyn in Brooklyn. I think the Knicks win one of the Milwaukee games. I think the Knicks go 2-2.
Okay.
I think we go 2-2 also. Um, but I don't know. I think so. So I don't know if we beat LA or if we beat Brooklyn. I think we're gonna split the Milwaukee games. I also think that. But I think we might beat LA. But Brooklyn's it's an annoying team. Like they're not better than us, but they play a way that's annoying to us. You know what I'm saying? They run up and down the court. They have guys that got very prolific scorers, guys who are like who could put up points. Especially from the perimeter, and we have terrible perimeter defense. I don't like playing that team the way they're constituted right now. So I don't know. It's not a guarantee that we win against Brooklyn
Right? No, you're
because
right.
of what they have on the perimeter, and that's one of our weaknesses.
And they got defenders on the perimeter as
Yeah,
well.
they got defenders on the perimeter. Yeah, and they crash the boards. Like they do a lot of little things that really they could be a real torn outside. So I don't know. I'm not sure that we beat Brooklyn, but I think we probably gonna show out tomorrow against the Lakers. I
Wow.
think we're probably gonna beat them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I say we go 3-1.
Wow. Okay.
I say we beat LA tomorrow. We definitely beat Brooklyn. All that length stuff we talking about last year was the same thing, and they put Bridges on my guy, and JB put him on skates. So sometimes that length thing could be a little out there a little bit. So I'm giving us the edge, and look, Milwaukee can't beat us twice in our home court, man. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, bro. I understand you building blocks, but I'm not doing that, bro. We gotta win one. Give me one. Give me one. So I'm going 3-1 this week, right? Chat. Let me see your predictions for the week. I see Knicks at night say 1-3. Building blocks say stop it. Bench is at 35.5, and the Lakers is at 31.7%. So we have a little advantage over there. Julian Blum say 0-3. Then the ish hits the fan. LOL. Can we beat Milwaukee there?
The
Can we
fire
beat?
Tibbs, the fire Tibbs train is.
Yes, it will be in effect. We can beat Milwaukee there. Milwaukee. Their game plan is let Randall and Bronson shoot plenty of twos and give up no threes.
He said we can't. We can't beat Milwaukee.
Okay. Oh, we can't. Okay, yes, we can't. Oh, my bad. The Knicks need a miracle to win tomorrow. The Lakers are a big team. Okay.
I just want to say I agree with Sharon in the sense that we're not a very tall team. I don't really see where that's hurting us though. I get it. Sometimes iHeart is not iHeart, excuse me. Josh Hart is overmatched and he's 6'5" and he's playing somebody that's 6'8". But it's not like they went to that guy 6 times in a row and that guy just cooked them for 12 straight points. So the Knicks are a very good defensive team despite our height. Yes, there are times when a guy will shoot over us because we're small. I don't think that's the reason why the Knicks are losing. When we lose, it's because we're getting overpowered by these guys who are so tall, that's so much taller than us. They pounding us in the post. I just don't. I just don't see it. Our. I'll take a look at it. What our offensive and defensive rebounding percentage is. I just don't think we're getting manhandle. I think we're not rotating. We're not where we're supposed to be. We're not getting back on defense. We're not being physical. The teams we're playing don't feel us. I think that's what's hurting the Knicks, not our size, though I do agree we are undersized.
Ajay, any rebuttal to that?
No, no. I mean, it's I agree with Queen. I agree with Queen.
Um, I mean, that whole size thing, as you were saying, Queen, I think that's a little overrated for real. Because you see, in the 4 games that we did miss Mitch, we did won 2 of them, and we did out rebound them in 2 games. So we do have the capable and the effort of rebounding teams as far as length, right? And as far as you know, Cam getting put on Bronson and Mikael Bridges on Bronson, I'm putting my money on Bronson that he put them on skates. It's not too much defenders that can, you know, I should say, lock him down, right? His footwork it's crazy, and I expect him to have a good game. Um, I think I think he normally bounce back on games that he I think he doesn't perform well, and I think we gonna shock a lot of people tomorrow, Queen. That's just my opinion. I think we gonna win 120 to 120 to 116. That's my prediction score for tomorrow.
What I will give the Knicks is, um, they usually show up after a bad loss
Right.
and give their best effort. I will give them that. So I expect a good showing tomorrow. But can it just simply be that the Lakers are better? And can it simply be that the Lakers have better talent and that they are the favorites tomorrow? And the Knicks, to win that game, gonna have to really play. I'm not gonna say over their heads, but everybody has to play to their ceiling.
It's gonna be a collective, and December is a rough month. That's what the NBA gave us. Boston 5 games, Milwaukee 5 games. Um, the in-season tournament wasn't good to us. That's what happens when we run up the score and try to win. And that's the cards we were dealt. And in the month of December, we have the hardest schedule. So, I mean, I have confidence in this team that we could get through this December. And come next year, we should be rolling. I'm not willing to throw in the towel yet because I know last year we was the opposite of our schedule. We was 10-13 or 10-14, and this year we are 4 games better. So I'm not ready to throw in the towel yet. I still think we got more season to go, and we will see. Any last words before we get out of here?
I just want to bring up building blocks point. We've been giving up a lot of points, um, particularly in the first half. If we do that tomorrow, can we score enough to win?
I think
That's
so. I
Yeah.
think so.
That's the name of
I
the
think
game.
so.
Yeah, if
I think so.
The Lakers could score 120, if we score 121, I'm okay with that.
Because I think over the past 5 games or 6 games we have scored over 120 points.
Yeah.
So I think it's possible. It's just the Achilles is our defense, Queen.
How much have we given up? That's my point. Because
Right.
they're gonna attack. They're gonna attack Hartenstein. AD. I mean, it's out now. Go in the key. Even if you don't score, you're gonna get fouled and you're gonna go to the line. LeBron is gonna live in the key. AD is gonna live in the key. So it's gonna be a challenge. I just want to give our rebounding numbers really quick over the
Yeah.
past games with Mitch out. So our offensive rebound over the past 4 games, we're number 9. So we're top 10. I don't know where we were before that. I didn't do that research. We
Yeah.
were higher though, but we're top 10 in offensive rebounds. We're getting 12 a game. The defense.
That soon goes down though. That soon go down in a little bit.
I don't think that,
in there.
right. I don't think offensive. So far, offensive rebounding has not been much of an issue. It's our defensive rebounding. And when you think about it, the defensive rebounds keeps the other team from getting second and third and fourth opportunities at the basket. And in the 4 games that Mitch has been gone,
yeah, we got to eliminate the second chance points. That's very important.
26 in defensive rebounding. So that means we're giving up a lot of opportunities to the other team. So that means it's not just iHeart and Randall and Josh Hart, but our guards are going to have to get in there.
Everybody needs to crack
some of those rebounds. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to crack. Julian Blum, you was crazy. My prediction is LeBron's flip the bottle part 2. 121-99.
Who's that? Us or them?
That's rough.
That's the Lakers winning 121-99?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where he's on the playing flip the bottle. Okay. Like he was in the Garden a couple years ago.
Okay.
I don't want that to happen, Julian Blum. Please. The problem with the Knicks is random turnovers at important parts of the game, which is true. Sometimes we having bonehead turnovers.
One problem with the Knicks. We have multiple. Okay, we have multiple.
I mean, you can't put it on Randall also too, Greg. You have a couple games. Point guard Brunson has turned over the ball also too. And so if you're gonna be fair, you gotta call his name also too. All right. IQ need to stop dribble. Get the ball flowing. You know what I mean? And get the ball moving. Let everybody get touches on the ball movement. I think they said it best. When the ball moves, we get over 30 assists, we win the game. So that's another key also too. We have to keep the ball moving, keep the defense on balance.
Listen, we do need to keep the ball movement, but if we got 30 assists, that means people are hitting their shots.
Right.
We got 30 assists, that means we're shooting well.
I hear that. Craig, IQ comes in gunning for his own shot. That's the person you want to pay $30 million a year.
Now it's 30 million. The reports I heard was 25. That's what his camp was asking for. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's another thing too. IQ. You're gonna leave that for another show, because because that IQ thing is gonna be another hour. I do have some more fire topics, but it's gonna take some more. I know it's a Sunday afternoon. I know people want to go and go back and relax in their bed, kick up their feet. I know Queen might go and what you gonna sip on? Some Jack? What's it? Jack Ruby?
Honey Jack.
Honey Jack. Right? And just go back and relax. So
ribs and plan my weekly planner for the week.
Right? Audrey, what you got planned for this afternoon, for the rest of the evening?
Man, I don't know. I watched the sorry ass Giants earlier. But you know what? It's not sorry, because I actually Queen. A little Giant talk. Stapha, I know you don't care because you're a Jets fan.
No, listen, my quarterback got knocked out too today, bro. So
listen,
it don't make a difference. Yeah. We got knocked out the contender today by the Browns winning anyway. The Browns, so it doesn't make a difference.
To me, it's like, so we lost the game today. The Giants lost the game today. Okay, but then Queen, why did we win them games a couple of weeks ago? Mess up our draft position. Who's thinking at the helm, man? These guys don't think long play. I know what. Shout out to Jerrell. He says, if you put a team on the field, they're gonna try to win. Well, listen, put a team that ain't gonna try to win, because you're trying to get.
That's on the front office, yeah.
They
could have traded Saquon Barkley. They could have done, a few things to make sure the team wasn't strong enough.
Yeah,
but you can't. But Saquon said he didn't want to go. He didn't want to be traded. So were you gonna still trade a player that say he doesn't want to be traded, or how does that go?
No, I hear you. I'm just saying if they were trying to tank, you gotta create a roster that can't win. You can't ask the coach and the players to go out there and not try to win.
Yeah,
Yeah, X production. That was a mistake. My bad. Yes, Shakubi.
But yeah, I agree with you. I wanted the Giants to lose those games so that we can be in position to draft a quarterback.
Yep.
I can't even say make the Jets lose because our quarterback is there rehabbing right now to come for next year. Our 38-year-old, I don't know what you want to call it. So I know Zach Wilson ain't gonna be there next year, and so you know what, getting blown out by Miami today, and Tyreek Hill wasn't in playing was a completely embarrassment. 30-0. Like really, not even a field goal. Really?
I don't think the Giants was that better. 7-6 at the halftime, and then they
At
just
least you scored 3 field goals. 2 field goals. We ain't scored none. We got shut out. And with a quarterback with a concussion protocol. Listen. Right now, I'm just crossing my fingers right now that we get Yamamoto for the Yankees. That's my next hope. Going into the baseball season. So, you know what I mean? But thank y'all guys for coming through, man.
Great job, Stapha. Fire questions. We could tell this is not your first time at the rodeo.
Hey, I try. You know what I mean? And shout out to a wonderful producer like yourself, giving me a chance to come on the platform and do my thing. You know what I mean? I would like to do my own show, but work schedule, we all working people, you know what I mean? So whenever my work schedule permits me to do something like this on the weekends, look out for the notification. Yeah. And trust me, I'm bringing the fire questions that's going to get the chat riled up and rowdy, and you're going to hear from Quiet Money and Paris Duggar and Building Blocks. Yeah, I love it, you know what I mean? So it's good because without the chat, you know what I mean, there's no us to interact and get our thoughts out because we're all Knicks family and we all trying to get to one destination, and that's a championship, right? In over 50 years. You know what I mean?
That notification. What? Let me refresh. I only see 2 likes. Let me refresh.
No, they listen, yeah. Chad, come on, man. It's Sunday. Y'all need to hit them likes button on the way.
No,
out.
I see. Well, it's 45 likes with 63. 65 people. Yeah. So before we get out of here,
you got 22 people holding out, man. Come on, let's make this happen.
Yeah, man. Hit that like button, bro. Hit that like button. We on the algorithms to let us know that Dope Soul Sports Talk is in the building.
That's right. And listen, man, shout out to the chat. Y'all not hitting the like button, but y'all still in here hanging out with us and keeping that chat rolling, keeping it on fire. And trust me, we love and appreciate every one of you guys. So
absolutely. For real. And Queen, let us know when you're gonna be coming back on and whatnot. What's your schedule for this?
Sure. Well, tomorrow, Monday, I'll be on the Queen's Court, and because the Knicks play late, I think 10:30. We could keep it at the regular time of 8:30. So that's Queen's Court. That's on the Nothing But Knicks channel. I'll be in my weekly spot hosting the Queen's Court. Then I'll be back Thursday with Dope Soul Sports Talk. And then I'll try to drop a podcast, somewhere this week. And keep your notifications on. Might be another pop-up show.
Another pop-up show. Listen, seriously, keep your notifications on because over the holidays we're gonna have a couple of
just pop up and just have a show. We got to get a name for your show, Staffer. We got to get a name for your show.
Shout out to Greg. He said we don't need another Josh. I would not compare myself to Josh, but Josh is my boy. So shout out to Uncle Fulio. Wherever in the world you at, bro. I know you in North Carolina. Shout out to my guy.
Hey, shout out to I am Jerrell, man.
You something else.
Yeah, shout out to Jerrell as well.
Jerrell in the
And
chat.
shout out to Wiz too. Shout out to
Oh,
the
yeah.
guys there on
Wiz
the West
BKLA.
Coast.
Yeah.
And shout out to the Facebook family, whoever it is on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Wiz-
Shout out to all the Facebook family out there.
Wiz, yeah, shout out to Wiz, because Wiz got to come on and sing at least one verse. Just sing something for us, Wiz.
Oh,
next time.
Wiz can sing?
Yeah, he can.
Oh no,
Oh, Wiz.
Wiz.
We don't want Wiz. We don't want Wiz coming up in here singing Bob Marley and making the rain fall. No, we don't need that. We don't need that. Shout out to Jerrell, man. If you're not subscribed to Jerrell's channel, which is a Giants channel, or my Giants fan out there, make sure you subscribe to. Yeah, make sure to Die Hard Giants Live. Yes.
Yeah, the link is in the description.
Yeah.
And shout out to Nothing But Knicks.
And
Father Sims. Shout out to Uncle Freezy Lawrence Tears over there.
Definitely.
And still Knick fans.
Yo, by the way, speaking of Nothing But Knicks, man, that Losers Lounge show is hilarious.
Yes, Tony Crow. Tony Crow.
Shout out to Tony Crow,
I was
man.
gonna stay up late to watch it live or even join. Yeah.
Nah, I trust me, I'll be staying up. That's the times I just come home from work, and some of them fans be very, very salty. Trust me. Trust me, they be salty. They be salty. So yeah, man. So thanks for y'all coming out. Another nice evening Knicks DopeSoulSports short show, pop-up show. It's like a tongue twister.
Right.
But yeah, man. But just shout out to everybody, and until next time, peace and love.
Out. All right.
Sister, you're one of a kind.
Yes.
Oh, sister, it's time you
That's
shine. Dope Soul.
Where you at?